Hello Leo, Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. This is going to be your end of March tarot card reading for March 2024. As always, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Check out your sun, moon, or rising sign readings as well should you need any further insight or additional messages as well. So without further ado, let's pull out some cards. Oh, that one already wants to come out. Okay, so let's get started. So far we got High Priestess. What else do we got? Love to see that for you, Leo. Connecting with your Divine Feminine. Okay, let's see here. So let's start off with the past, as we always do. Yeah, so let me start off with that High Priestess right here. High Priestess is really telling me, you know, with that Divine Feminine, it's like saying you're getting in touch with your intuition about a certain situation. You also have two more Wand cards here, the Four of Wands reversed and the Seven of Wands. So, you know, more fire energy, glad for you to be in your element, you know, something with the past. But, you know, there's something telling me where it's with the Seven of Wands. This is really saying that there's something that just was putting up some type of resistance, some type of barrier. Feel like it's in my head, I feel like this feeling of like butting heads of some kind, you know, it's like between a rock and a hard place, hitting your head against the wall with a certain situation where either if it is two people, they're just not budging, or if it's like if you're working toward a goal of some kind, like it's difficult to move on or move past it or see some type of progress with something, especially. I don't think you're walking away from anything per se, but I think you really fought for something in the past, but your intuition maybe was trying to tell you, you know, maybe it's not worth it, because we also have the Four of Wands here. You know, this is telling me, usually this is a card of like, you know, some type of milestone of some kind, you know, and I think here it's like the message is saying, you know, like you're pushing for something, you're trying to make progress with some situation, but ultimately it may not be worth it. You know, the Four of Wands is usually, you know, saying that you've made a certain progress with a goal, like, you know, you've hit a big milestone of some kind in your life that you're going to celebrate. In the reverse, this is almost saying like that was the message from the High Priestess, your intuition and guidance system, saying, you know, like it's not worth it. And even if you were to keep pushing for it and you did get the goal that you wanted, you know, would it even be a celebration, or would it just be exhausting, or would it be forced? You know, that's the feeling that I get with this, you know. So I think here in the past, it's really saying that there's, you know, that you were really pushing or putting a lot of energy into something, but I think inside, as you've gotten like closer to that goal, you're realizing maybe it just wasn't worth it, or maybe it wasn't what it seemed to be. Really, the more that you got closer and closer to it. Let's pull out a card and see what the past may be about for you. Trust. As I said, with that that High Priestess, that intuitive guidance system, you know, I think here it's saying that, you know, like whatever feelings you had, whatever intuitive hits that you've had, your instincts, that's your body telling you something that you've maybe experienced from the past, and you're starting to see some patterns in something, you know. So here I think it's saying trust in yourself. I think that's really it. I mean, have trust in your intuition, you know. Number one, I mean, if you had any other major arcanas here, then that could maybe say otherwise. But with High Priestess, this is really talking about your own subconscious thinking, your feelings, your intuitive guidance system. So I think here it's really putting your trust back into that. Let's move on from the past into the present right here. So we have we got some King cards. We also got the Moon right in the center. Everything is reversed. So first of all, we got Emperor, and then we also have the King of Wands here reversed. So I mean, for some of you, if this is if this is talking about a relationship of some kind, I say this because Emperor, you know, he is the counterpart to the Empress, you know. So, and also the patriarchal figure, you know, a father figure or a husband or a boyfriend or anything like that. And it doesn't matter gender, it could be just anyone specific, you know, any type of partnership. But also with the King of Wands right here, more wands. This is telling me, especially if it is a relationship type of thing, you know, if you were pushing for that, this is saying, that maybe you're realizing that they're not the one, or maybe you're trying to still figure out if they are. This is saying, with the King of Wands, they could be a fire sign of some kind. But also, in the reverse, maybe you're seeing that, maybe judging if he's not the one, but also in terms of just the wands itself, maybe he's stubborn. Maybe his energy is put into so many other things, and then maybe he doesn't have put enough energy into you, he could be exhausting, at the same time as well, so here this is telling me with that, especially if it is a relationship of some kind, those are some things to maybe consider if that does resonate. If it is something more personal to you, this is telling me in your present that you are trying to get back into control with your own power, with your own control over maybe whatever that situation was in the past, or it could just be something new altogether that you just want to feel more empowered with your own situations. It obviously shows me with that King of Wands that you have a certain goal in mind. Maybe something in the past, something happened, maybe that kind of switched things up where the goal is now maybe a little bit blurry. The vision or the grand big picture maybe is a little uncertain right now. I say that because we got the Moon card reversed as well, talking about uncertainty. So in the middle of your reading, this is probably the biggest focus right now, biggest energy to consider. With the Moon card, again, Major Arcana, I look back to that Trust card. This is the test of trust right here. The Moon card is saying you have to go through a big uncertain period where there is a lot of darkness. There's a lot of things where you don't know what they truly are, until you face them, until you get closer and you realize and you can see them for what they truly are. But sometimes that's scary. Sometimes that's confusing. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but I think with this card in the High Priestess, it's saying to really trust that intuitive guidance system that you have, because that's what's going to guide you through those dark, uncertain moments, So with the Moon card reversed, I think that's the challenge the universe has for you right now. If trust and getting in touch with your intuition is going to help you, I think the Moon card is very much about that. And it's funny to see here because, very much the same imagery, the same vibe, same color scheme even, but, you got the Moon card and you also have the High Priestess, the Crescent Moon underneath there. Intuition, I think that is the biggest thing here maybe for you to consider, is to trust your intuition on a certain situation you are working toward. Let's pull out a card and see what we got for your present. What is the presence? What is the message or thing that is the focus for the present moment right now for Leo? Serenity. Yeah. I mean, as I said with that Seven of Wands, if you were pushing towards something and it wasn't working out, if you feel like, that something was turned where you lost control or power over a certain situation or a person of some kind, not that you were trying to dominate or control them, but you were working toward, putting energy toward an effort with someone and it just didn't turn to something, into what you wanted. I think here it's like saying you really are working toward your serenity more than anything else. I think even here it's telling me with those two King cards reversed, it's saying, that maybe this person or people or any type of relationship in general is being pushed to the side so that you can gain, be more empowered in your own life and your own circumstances as well. So anyway, let's move on from the present. Let's move on to the future and big themes from the big themes to think about for the month. For the reading, 8 of Cups. You're leaving that situation, whatever it is. I mean, you've worked for it. It may be, and it turned things up, into a very uncertain situation. But I think here it's really saying you're leaving it. It could have been something very emotional that you were emotionally attached to. Again, if it was a relationship, it could just be anything that you're emotionally attached to. But the Eight of Cups is really saying you're leaving it behind. You've sampled from all of these different cups, all of these different emotions, and you've made a decision to leave. And again, they don't have it here. In different imagery, there is a moon above this card, in the usual tarot deck. So again, that moon imagery is what I feel like for you is following your intuition. Also here, Justice card reversed. So here I think it's saying, if you feel like that you didn't want to listen to your intuition, or if you feel like you didn't want to trust your intuition for something, I think the Justice card is saying, That's the accountability part, that's part of life. You know, we all have to make the decisions we feel is correct. And now and then now in our present moment or in our future, we have to own up to those things, accept those things, and make peace with those things, whatever they are. You know, I think here is whatever choices you made and you feel like, you know, maybe it didn't work out for you. The Justice card here is saying, you know, you just have to be fair with yourself, you know, call it what it is what it is. Don't beat yourself up over it, you know, don't be judgmental on yourself, you know, especially with the Justice card. It's saying just be fair, and you will, and learn the karmic lesson that you had to learn. The Justice card is all about karma right there, talking about cause and effect, action and reaction. So it's talking about, you know, the accountability, as I said. But ultimately, King of Pentacles, I mean, this is telling me, for number one, you have the Emperor, you have the King of Wands. You know, this is telling me if you are trying to get back into your power, this is a good sign for me that I can see here. It's saying you're going to get back into some type of security, stability, some type of abundance of some kind, on a personal reading. But also, if this is a love reading, or if there is something with relationships, you could be attracting someone, an earth sign of some kind, or even just someone who is stable, someone who maybe has a good head on their shoulders, but someone who is very practical, you know, maybe someone who's a little bit more patient, you know. So here, the King of Pentacles right here shows me a very good sign here. If there is something that you want out of life, or you want to be in power or control of something, of your circumstances, I think that is a very good sign for that. Very much stability energy right there. And so the card we have here is purification. Yeah. As I say, if you're leaving something behind, that Eight of Cups, it's like you are releasing yourself from something that maybe was toxic from your past, from a certain situation or certain emotion. I feel like that you may have been holding on to, you know, and you're purifying yourself of that. You are letting that go. Again, I think that's what this Justice card here might be saying. Reversed, you know, it's like whatever you feel like you may have held on to that you weren't happy with, or maybe it's a moment you aren't particularly proud of, you know, that in a decision that you made of some kind, it's like you are releasing that from yourself. You know, you are purifying that. You know, you're getting rid of the toxicity, the guilt, the judgments that we may impose upon our own selves. I mean, that's what the judgment card is all about. If you felt guilty or about any type of situation, I think you're going to be releasing yourself of that. You're going to own up to it. As I said, that's what the Justice card is all about. You're going to hold yourself accountable. You're not going to suppress it. You're going to own up to it and say, it is what it is. I chose the best decision at that time. Maybe it wasn't the best, but at the same time, I'm willing to let it go. You know, I'm human, pretty much. So, you know, I think, yeah, purification, definitely. Oh, let's pull out 3 more cards. Well, even saying if it's an emotion, you have those wavy lines like water right there. Didn't see that. So definitely, it could be an emotional thing. So now these next 3 cards are going to be shadow work cards. These are going to be energies you are releasing from your system, because they are things that you are dealing with or have dealt with. And now you're ready to let them go. Okay. So definitely 7 of Swords. You can't make this up. I'll show you this in a second. So anyway, 7 of Swords, yeah. Lies, deceits, betrayal. The lies even we tell ourselves, you know, to protect ourselves, to be safe, to hurt others preemptively, you know, so that we don't get hurt or they have the chance to hurt us, you know. That's something that I feel here with the 7 of Swords. It's kind of like saying betrayal on either side, you know, because that judgment card is what's really calling out to me right now. It's like if there's any hurt that was caused by any party, it's like learning how to forgive each other, learning how to forgive the past, etc. You know, I think here the 7 of Swords, there could have been something very tactical in your mind that you wanted to achieve by doing something. Maybe it could have caused some harm. Maybe the other person could have caused harm to you by doing that to you at the same time. So it's like letting all of that go, you know, saying it's in the past. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm going to learn to trust my intuition moving forward now that I've internalized that experience, and now it's like my guidance system now. Now my body knows what to look out for. It'll give me that feeling, that instinct, that intuitive hit when something feels off. We also have the 6 of Wands right here. So Yeah, this is telling me like you don't need others' approval. It's like you don't, it's like almost even saying, like, I feel like if there was any moment where you wanted to just like win over a situation or a person, and like you wanted to get one up over them, if that makes sense, like that's what I'm really hearing in my mind. It's like if you want to win at any cost, and you maybe had to step on some people, or you had to maybe, as I said, maybe preemptively hurt them before they hurt you or something. I don't know. Like the Six of Wands is really telling me that, where it's like, if there is something where you wanted to really just win at any cost, if that makes sense, that's telling me, that it's kind of saying like you realize you don't need to do that. You don't need validation from other people. It's like you're finding the validation more in yourself now. You're finding the power from within. You don't need to have anyone like reflect that back to you. You're going to feel it from within. And I laughed at this, as I said, the eight of cups, and I said with the old imagery right here with that moon, literally right next to each other. You can't make this up. Eight of Cups, the moon, absolutely. So again, this is saying you're leaving something behind that just isn't doing it for you anymore. And ultimately, you're going to be following that moon to guide you through this moon card, that dark night of the soul right here, that dark journey that could be uncertain. You're leaving something and you're following your intuition towards something better. So it's funny to mention this card and saying about that moon imagery. It's literally right there. I think that synchronicity is telling, I think both of us, that the moon, look up the moon and its symbology, its meaning on a deeper level. And I think that is something you should keep, you should take into consideration maybe for this week or the next month or so. Getting in touch with your intuition, allowing it to guide you, all of those good things. So let's pull out 3 more cards. These are going to be blessings coming into you, for you, Leo. Let's see what blessings we got for you. Oh my God. Thousands of blessings here. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, too many of them. I'm going to pull out these two because these two fell out upside down. So let's see what they got to say. Again, you can't make this up. Okay, so far you got the 4 of Pentacles and then you got the 7 of Swords again. So that's amazing. Okay. What else we got? One last blessing for Leo, please. What do we have for Leo? Hope you wanted to jump. You really can't make this up. Okay, number one, let me just, okay, four of Pentacles, first of all. This is telling me, for some of you, you're going to use your energy, even your finances of some kind, or resources, to just really take care of yourself. This is all about saying, that this is a time for you. This is not a time to be giving back to others. I think this is really a time for you to maybe recuperate, to count your inventory of some kind about what's good around you, what's good about your situation, and ultimately rebuild your own abundance of some kind, your own security. I think it's really not abundance, it's really just saying security, your stability of some kind. I think here it's saying for that, if there was any type of lots of effort into a certain situation that didn't work out, now it's like you're saying, okay, I've put in the effort, I've done all the things I can do, I don't want to do any more if I'm not getting anything back. So I'm just going to hold on to my stuff. I'm going to hold on to my own resources and energy till either it's reciprocated or I receive some type of energy back for my effort. And if not, well, then I'm not giving any more to that situation. And I laugh here because, as I said, 7 of Swords here. So definitely 7 of Swords again. I think here is coming to peace with anything in like where you really just want to win at any means possible. Maybe if you had to do any type of situation to really make something happen, even if it means just sacrificing your own like energy, your own happiness, your own stability, anything like that, your own abundance, all of it. I think here it's really saying now that you have a better maybe trust for your intuition to guide you from past experiences. Now you're going to use it for an even better purpose to, yes, be beneficial and take care of yourself, but now in a way where it's not going to harm anyone else, harm other people, or maybe on the same note, make sure that you don't attract people or situations that are going to do that to you at the same time, And as I said, I laugh because we got the 8s again. You can't make this up. 888, that's going to be your number. Look that up. angel number 888, definitely this is for you. They're all in the same row. I mentioned this card without even pulling out these cards about the imagery, and it's popping up again. So again, Leo, you are going to find whatever is meant for you if you follow your intuition, your intuitive gut instincts. So follow that. To have these all come in the same line, right there, it's saying, the universe is saying to really trust in your intuitive self right now. You're going to move on. It may be difficult. It may be scary, as I said with that moon card, but keep following what you know, what you already have experienced. So let's pull out 3 more cards in terms of just general messages. So everything here wanted to jump. I'll get these two especially. What we got here for you, Leo. Okay. Love all of these. So first of all, Soulcraft, that was the first one. It's saying, you know, that you understand. I think this is really saying soulcraft, that's your intuition. You're crafting something where it is related to your soul's purpose, your soul's, what you want on that soul deep level. So with the soul craft, I think here it's really crafting your intuition. You're even using it even more from the past into your present. And ultimately in the future, it is going to serve you with those 8 of cups here 3 times. You know, I think that's the test the universe has for you. As I said with that moon card, trust your intuition through times of confusion or uncertainty. Whatever your gut feeling is telling you, that's because your body has gone through it and now it's giving you a physical reaction to it, you know. We also have soul journey, so absolutely. You're progressing, you're moving forward. Everything is going as it should be. You know, we live, we learn, we win, we fail. It doesn't matter. That's what life is. Soul journey is all about that. So here, I think for some of you, I think even more so, just the fact that you're getting more in touch with your intuition or with your higher power, your higher self, whatever it is, that's a big part of that soul journey as well. Getting to know exactly who you are and what your powers are. We also have this, nothing has gone wrong. I love this one in this deck. This is telling me you are where you are supposed to be. You are going through what you need to be going through. If anything, this is leading you back from what I feel like back to just you on a much deeper level with that High Priestess, the moon, all of these moon cards. It's saying is connecting you both in your soul as something deep and also with something higher, your higher power, the universe, etc. They both are one. You know, you are one with it, it is one with you. So it's saying nothing has gone wrong. If there's any difficulties, I think this is a message for you to let you know that it's okay. You are going through something, but it is meant for you. It is not meant to harm you, not meant to punish you. This is happening, you know, for you. So with that being said, I think, Leo, this is the message that I see for you, or the feelings that I get for end of March reading. I hope this reading did resonate with you. Don't forget to hit that like button if it did. Leave me a comment if you wish, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. So big thanks to any new or returning subscribers. I very much appreciate you at this time. You're very much helping my channel, anyone who is viewing this right now. So very much appreciate you, and I will see you next video. Goodbye.